Well, fans, two big wins. One that was a close call for the Orange, and another that was a statement for the Bills. You know, when Rhode Island came to the Dome this past weekend, I had thoughts of what happened 9 years ago. The Rams came into the Dome and got plastered by the Orange 63-7. But I guess this team, which was supposed to finish in the bottom part of the Colonial Athletic Conference in the FCS, decided to make a game of it. On the SU's first drive, I started thinking, here comes the route. They definitely mixed the short pass coming down the field, because somehow Antoine Bailey couldn't make his Irish cream coming down the field. Rhode Island was surprisingly effective against the run. Bailey couldn't really get going, but boy did Nassib throw those short little passes to Alec Lemon, and they worked pretty good. And then came the first score to there to make it 7-0. But then Rhode Island decided to wake up after going 3 and out in their first couple of possessions. Steve Probst, who's a pretty good quarterback, definitely mixed the run and the pass. And it was Travis Sheepherd who took it down up the middle for a nice little touchdown run. And boy, that's an apropos nickname for a guy who plays for the Rams, Sheepherd. But you know, if a Ram and me ever went head to head, being Rams the butt heads that they are, if you know what I mean, the Ram would lose, 'cause I got a hard head. Well, enough about that. Then came Syracuse's second score. A nice little pass there to Mr. Lemon, who decided to make some lemonade, especially with all those short passes he got. Nice little game there, Alec Lemon. Even if they didn't try to have you go deep, you definitely mixed those short passes, which seemed like little screens all the time, and that nice little touchdown. But as I said, Rhode Island was pretty game, and Mr. Probst looked like a blue ribbon, especially with the way he ran, and also passed for that touchdown to Mr. Hound of the Baskerville, if you know what I mean. But those dogs weren't having any red meat. Nice touchdown cast, Mr. Baskerville, but get your hounds out of there. This is the Carrier Dome. And it wasn't until the fourth quarter when Syracuse finally put their stamp of approval on this game. And it was a nice little story there for the winning touchdown. Mr. Accione, a local product from Solvay. Accione was one of those who was a walk-on, but because Mr. Marrone was short of personnel there, he worked his way up and became part of the rotation there at wide receiver. He got his first career reception early in the game, and what a way to put his stamp on it, catching the winning touchdown. Mr. Accione, Mr. Nassib threw you a pass you couldn't refuse, if you know what I mean. 'Cause you know, with a name like Accione, you gotta wonder if any of them good fellas were around. But you know, we don't have any mobsters up here in central New York, if you know what I mean. It was a little too close for comfort, but the Orange come out 21-14. And now, a quick change. Whoa, folks, look at this. I'm Harry Houdini Jr. Boy, what a nice change here. Alright, let's get over it. This is part 2 of the show. And I'm definitely coming out with this one. But everybody was saying Buffalo was going to have another doom and gloom year. Except me and a few Bills faithful. And you know what? Yesterday, Buffalo definitely showed they're a team to be reckoned with. What a hell of a first game performance against a team that made the playoffs and in a place that is known for being very difficult to play, Arrowhead Stadium. And it happened right from the opening kickoff. Dexter McCluster fumbling the ball for the Chiefs. The Bills picking it right up and driving right down. And I tell you what, after years of struggling to find a good tight end, we may have found one in a journeyman, Mr. Scott Chandler. He caught the first touchdown for the Bills. And then, but Mr. Fitzpatrick worked his magic. Everybody is saying, oh, Fitzpatrick's just a quick fix for whoever takes over in a year or two for quarterback. Well, you know, Fitzpatrick put his stamp on this position yesterday. 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions. He then threw a very nice touchdown pass to the guy who's now the go-to guy for the Bills, Steve Johnson, who decided to make like an acrobat on that catch. Oh, he looked a little more like Mr. Nijinsky when he went up and caught that pass. For any of you who don't know ballet, Nijinsky was a fine ballet dancer, but you know, I don't follow ballet. But Mr. Chandler again putting another stamp after Kansas City closed at 20-7, and after Ryan Lindell kicked 2 field goals to make it 20 points for the Bills. Another nice touchdown catch by Mr. Chandler. And then one of the newer wide receivers who's trying to fill the void after Lee Evans left, Donald Jones, with a nice touchdown catch. And to cap it all off, C.J. Spiller, even though he only had a few carries yesterday, running for a nice touchdown to close the scoring. And what was a raucous house, especially on the day when we remember all those fallen heroes from 10 years ago in what I call this generation's Pearl Harbor. It was a raucous crowd in the beginning, but as the fourth quarter went on, you looked at the parking lot and you saw the exodus. And I don't mean the movie. And then you saw all those empty red seats. Sorry, Chiefs fans, Buffalo decided to make a statement. And boy, they did. 41-7. A few of my friends said during the fourth quarter it was the biggest smile they had seen on my face in years and years. But you know, this is just week 1. Because next week, it's 2 big games. First, Syracuse goes out to the Coliseum to play USC. And you know what? I'm going to have a little bit of trivia here. 21 years ago, Todd Marinovich, the Robo quarterback, was the one who played for USC, and he led the Trojans to victory then. Who'd have thunk it 21 years later that his half-brother Mikhail would be playing defensive end for the Orange? And next week, it's the home opener for the Bills. The Oakland Raiders, the swashbucklers of the NFL, come to Ralph Wilson Stadium. Syracuse is 2-0, Buffalo is 1-0. Let's keep it going. We're starting off on the right foot here. I'm Ken Haas. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it this week.